So today I wanted to discuss the power of awareness. I'm really going to be reading The Power of Awareness from Neville Goddard. I really enjoyed this book and thought it would be fun to discuss it. The Power of Awareness. I have the book right here. Chapter 1 is I am. I am, I am, I am. And it starts off, all things, when they are admitted, are made manifest by the light. For everything that is made manifest is light. That is Ephesians 5:13. Let's turn on my volume here. Hey, yes. Good morning, Grand Rising, Amanda. How are you? Welcome. Grand Rising, Divinity Expressed. Grand Rising. Hello, everyone. Grand Rising, Pastor Jesse. Welcome. How is everyone doing this beautiful morning? These are one of my favorite books by Neville Goddard. The Power of Awareness. Hey, Mia. Good morning. Yes. Excellent. Grand Rising. Yes. Hello, Patrice. Welcome. Hello. And so I have the Power of Awareness book here. And I thought I'd just share it with you guys. Read some of the chapters out of here this grand morning, this wonderful church service that we have daily. And the first chapter is I am. I already read Ephesians 5:13. And it says, the light is consciousness. Consciousness is one manifesting in legions of forms or levels of consciousness. There is no one that is not all that is. For consciousness, though expressed in an infinite series of levels, is not divisional, right? And that's something we have to embody and let marinate and remind ourselves that consciousness, God, source, the all, is one. There is no division in spirit, and that's who we are. We all are consciousness. And this is Neville Goddard. I know you all can see the author, but I move out the way. There it is, Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Hey. Good morning. And if you all want to share anything, ask any questions, of course, as always, do what you do. But I thought that this was a great way to start today. The power of awareness, because that's where your power lies, in your now, in your awareness of self, your self-concept. It continues, there is no real separation or gap in consciousness. I am cannot be divided. I may conceive myself to be a rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, or a thief, but the center of my being remains the same, regardless of the concept I hold of myself. At the center of manifestation, there is only one I am manifesting in legions of forms or concepts of itself, and I am that I am. And that is what we were talking about yesterday, right? Who do you say that I am? How are you defining? What are you attaching to the I am? Because whatever you say I am, that's what you shall be, right? So it is imperative, right, that we mind our mind. Mind your mind. Pay attention. Yes. One of one. As above, so below. That's it. What goes on up above will go on down below, right? As within, so without. Same thing. As above, so below. As within, so without. Exact same thing. Say, I am is the self-definition of the absolute, the foundation on which everything rests. I am is the first cause substance. I am is the self-definition of God. I am have sent me unto you, Exodus 3 and 14. I am that I am, Exodus 3 and 14. Be still and know that I am God, Psalm 46 and 10. I am is the cause of all things that you see within your world. It is who you say that you are. That's only can you see. You only see your own consciousness, no one else's. You are experiencing your self-concept, your self-definition, whatever you are attaching to I am. That is what you see. Hey, Mariah. Hey, Alicia. Ooh, hey. Oh, all right, Mariah. How are you doing this wonderful morning? How are you? Today I'm sharing with you guys The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. One of my favorite books. I've read this book many times. I'm ready to read it again to remind myself of who I am. Just remembrance, right? I love how Neville Goddard eloquently explains to us the truth of our being, reminding us of who we are and how we manifest in this thing we call life. And of course, we don't need anything external to ourselves, but guess what? Neville is me, I am him, because there's only I am. There's only I am. There's no division. There's no separation. He is me and I am he. And you are me, because me is we. There's only I am. So you had the most amazing morning in terms of turning my mindset around. Yes. So now I have even more gratitude for your time and investment and pouring into us. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Mariah. Yes. Yes, I love that, Mariah. I love that. Transformation of the mind is key. That is so beautiful. We love to hear that, Mariah. We love to hear that. Everyone celebrate Mariah. Everyone congratulate Mariah on her transformation, her love of self, her recognition of the divine within, the power within her own being. Because that is amazing. And we need to celebrate everyone who comes to the recognition of their true self. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so, Mariah, I'm reading The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I don't know if you're familiar with the book. Are you guys familiar with the book? Say I am if you are familiar with the book. I am. If you are familiar, if you've ever... Yes. Yay, Mariah. Yes. Hi, Zoe G. Welcome. Yes. Okay, Mia. Welcome. Yes. Oh, you haven't listened. Okay. All right. Yes. Amazing. Yes. Beautiful. So I'm reading the first chapter. It's called I Am. So the next says, I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. The awareness of being remains, regardless of the degree of forgetfulness of who, where, and what I am. You will always know that I exist. You may forget your name, you may forget where you're at, but you'll never forget that you are, that I am, that you exist, right? You will always be aware of that. And that's where the power of your awareness lies, of knowing that I am. I am is that which, amid unnumbered forms, is ever the same. This great discovery of cause reveals that, good or bad, man is actually the arbiter of his own fate, and that it is his concept of himself that determines the world in which he lives. And his concept of himself is his reactions to life. In other words, if you are experiencing ill health, knowing the truth about cause, you cannot attribute the illness to anything other than to the particular arrangement of the basic cause substance, an arrangement which was produced by your reactions to life and is defined by your concept, I am unwell. The only reason you experience any dis-ease in your body is because it first have to be dis-ease in the mind, right? The body follows the mind. Is what you say about the I am, so shall you be. That's why we're reminding in scripture, right? To let the weak man say, I am strong. Never confess, proclaim, decree a thing that you do not wish to be. Do not profess, proclaim, declare, decree anything that you do not wish to be. And it's everything that's done in consciousness. It's not about the words. It's about what you know innately, what your deepest conviction is. That's what you will express. So you want to have the conviction that I am well, not that I am sick, not that I am ill, not that anything is ailing me. Oh, my eye is running. I'll be back, guys. 1 second. Ugh. Gotta clean my eye, clean my eye, clean my eye. I'm still here, guys. I just had to clean my eye off. Oh my goodness. It's running. Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome, everyone. Good morning. Peace and blessings, Sunflower. Yes, Dream Woman. Say, can I ask you something? What about children that get the dis-ease? Did they have a thought? Their parents most certainly did. We come into this world based in fear, based in limitation. We all do. Each and every one of us come with that concept that dis-ease is possible. Hello, Elizabeth. LOL. Yesterday, this was my word of the day, awareness. Hey, everybody. Sup? I know. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, good morning. But here's the thing, that's something that the world doesn't know, that they can change their experience in their body just by transforming their thinking. That's what the world doesn't realize. They don't know that healing comes from within. The power to express healing comes from within. So yes, I was learning about epigenetics, and the mom and maternal grandmother's mindset can affect the state that we're born into. Yes. Yep. When you say our family, so does that mean that the family had a thought of their child and then it happened? Here's the thing. Dream Woman. When you have a certain mindset, so say you are thinking, you have a hopeless mindset. You have a feeling of unwanted, of being unloved, of being unworthy, anxiousness, helplessness, hopelessness. It manifests itself in the body as illness. It's not that you, quote unquote, choose it, But those thoughts being detrimental shows up in the body as dis-ease in the body. So it can show up in any particular form that is not in agreement with the truth of your being, because you're manifesting the thought, the belief of unwellness. So when the mother is with child, and if they're experiencing this, a lot of women, when they're with child, have a lot of anxiety with their children. Maybe something's going on in the marriage, maybe in the way that they were raised with their parents. They have this great fear taking over them, and then they manifest it in their birth, and when they give birth to their offspring. That's why you want, when you're with child, that's why they tell you want to be free, you want to be loving, you want to be in that nurturing state. You don't want to be in a state of helter-skelter. But a lot of women find themselves in that predicament when giving birth to their seed. Good morning, Benjamin. Welcome. Yep, that's the beautiful thing. We can change it. Absolutely. Sometimes it takes time and effort depending on the severity or extent, but it's possible. Amen, Mariah. Yes. Hello, Alicia. Welcome. So can I join? I actually have experience in this. Would love to speak to Dream Woman's question. Sure, Mariah.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, Grand Rising. Good morning. All that good
Good
stuff.
morning. It's so funny. So I actually was like meditating and doing some work around Dream Woman's question. So it's funny like to see you on live, and that's one of the first questions that was asked. But to kind of speak towards like experiences that some people just automatically have, and I even reflected on Mia's question from yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, jokingly said like I got dragged for defending her. Because I mean, some people do have experiences that are just so severe, and it's rooted in like this phase from the age of 0 to 7, or even before then, that science has even confirmed finally now, where like those experiences are your programming. So it's not like you consciously chose an experience, it's the experience that you were conditioned to have as a default, but you have the capacity to shift it. Like that's I'm realizing now, like, well, not realizing now, but like I'm realizing even more so that language is so important when you're speaking to certain experiences, because like even for me, as I mean, I have a professional career, but as a dancer and someone who's certified in yoga and somatic practices, and specifically people who like have experienced trauma, I know like when you're teaching a trauma-informed yoga class to help someone calm their nervous system, you can't tell survivors of certain forms of harm to do hip openers because that could trigger them, so you do an invitation, or you do hip openers that don't require them to open their legs, and from there that trains their body, which speaks the subconscious language of the mind, is telling the mind, oh, we're actually in control and we have agency. And so now that we have control and agency, the mind can get out of survival mode and really like operate actually from a place of agency and empowerment. So I've done the like bottom up thing. Yes. But anyhow, kind of going back to Dream Woman's question about like, did the child choose that? No, the child didn't choose that. Epigenetics, which there's a lot of books that people can read. I think It Didn't Start With You is a good one. If you are a Black person who grew up like, or descended from like enslaved ancestors, My Grandmother's Hands is a good one. If you come from the Christian tradition and you're also indigenous, When Ancestors Weep is a good one. There's a lot of like books that speak to this, but the thoughts that your mother had or the thoughts that your maternal grandmother had can really have an impact on the genetic material that makes you form. So when your grandmother is like pregnant with your mom's eggs are developing in utero. So like your grandmother's mood can impact the way that your genetic expression is set up from like a default setting. But you can change, you can turn off certain genetic expressions and turn others on. So the positive from that is that, you know, when people do, like, I think it's like ancestral veneration and they like drop into meditation, they're actually not like connecting with their physical, like spiritual ancestors. What they're actually doing is allowing for their subconscious mind to translate things that were encoded in their DNA. So even though if someone who isn't physically present isn't there to guide them through something, the solutions are already present in their mind.
Yes.
So I hope that makes sense for a lot of
It
people.
does a lot of sense. Eloquently said. You always
Thank
speak so
you.
well.
Thank
Yes.
you. But when we think about people who may have just been quote unquote born with anxiety or like, I don't want to say the S word, but you know, self-harm, like it's not that this is just your portion in life. It's what you inherited, but you can change it.
Yes.
And sometimes it is, I don't like to use the word difficult, thanks to your teaching. But sometimes it takes more dedicated time and effort because you're growing up in a world where you're absorbing that 2 and 2 is 4 and the sky is blue and water is wet and you can't put your hand on the stove because those are basic building blocks for your life, like creating your budget and like defining certain experiences. This tastes good. The leaves are green. This meat is like not the right color, so I shouldn't eat it. Like those are your building blocks. So yes, exactly, Krupa. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but the programming is one that doesn't serve you. So someone who grew up in an environment that wasn't loving and supportive or like quote actually abusive in some certain examples or experiences, the part of the brain that's responsible for threat detection atrophies. And it's like, oh, we don't need to like understand threats, but your brain, you can actually change it to actually be able to say, okay, yeah, no, I probably shouldn't like connect with this person more closely because they're not in a space where they can treat me with love and support. Or, you know, there's studies that show that women who grew up in a certain environment that they're that much more likely to experience domestic violence or IPV with their intimate partners. And it's because they grew up in an environment where the model for love was one that wasn't actually love. So, you know, it takes a lot of dedicated time and effort to understand their worth and what they're worthy of and deserving of. And oh, like this dysfunctional form of what people say is love doesn't determine, like, isn't what you need to accept for the sake of receiving food, water, and shelter, you know, that we need for survival. But in actuality, like, I actually have to define this as something that was unloving. And it may force me to make hard decisions, like, from a temporary standpoint, but it can improve, you know? So I hope that answered Dream Woman's question, but like I've just kind of really poured into that a lot, especially this morning. I was reflecting on Mia's question from yesterday where I kind of got dragged for like defending her for asking the question. But, but you know, what, like I share all of this to say, like, you know, when we're having these conversations and everyone's goal, which I truly believe is everyone's goal, is to uplift the next person so that they could have, you know, a beautiful and abundant life that I truly believe like we're all worthy and deserving of experiencing.
Yes.
Sometimes when we say things like, oh, you're new, or oh, you chose that, which I mean, yeah, we did choose it from subconscious program, but it's not like, oh,
An
yeah, we
awareness,
wanted
right?
this. Exactly. Or, oh, like, it's taking you way too long to like come to this truth. Like sometimes people have just had so many experiences that it is the dominant subconscious thought. And even the idea of affirming the opposite can be so uncomfortable. So I know everyone's goal is love and compassion, but I really wanted to speak that because, you know, it's really been heavy on my heart. And the fact that that was Dream Woman's question, and I was pouring over that this morning for myself. And also it really affirmed like, oh man, some of the things I walked away from, I actually do want to like pursue this that much more because of this journey. I thought it was important to like get on and share. So thank you, friend.
Thank you so much. Beautifully said. Love your enlightenment, your revelation. Much gratitude. And you always speak well, so you never have to worry about that. You definitely have a way with words. And as they say, get you a podcast, girl. Go live.
You know, my yoga trainer actually told me to get a podcast. So like,
go live or whatever, you know, do whatever you got to do to share the things that, because you definitely will help those, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm going to shout you out every episode once I get one. So.
Okay. So you need me to disconnect you again?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Oh, we truly appreciate the sharing from Mariah. Definitely. Well said. I don't study epigenetics and all of that, the science part of it. I love when I hear people they can connect the dots and bring everything all into oneness, right? That's what we have to remember. Everything is connected. There is no separateness. As much as science and spirituality try to create this divide, there is no divide. There's only unity. Good morning. Let's see. Hello, Awakening Radiance. Welcome. Ashe, Sheepdog. Welcome. Nupwa. Welcome. Grand Rising, Patrick. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, user 433. Welcome. Ashe, Grand Rising, T to T. Welcome. Okay, so I will carry on, and as always, I will look up, pay attention to if you have any questions or anything you want to say. I always read comments, and of course, if you want to come up and share regarding this topic or regarding if you think you can bring a greater awareness, a greater understanding to someone's question in chat, you're always welcome to come up. Only those that are in alignment with this platform, though. I do not bring people up for debate. That's not what this platform is about. We're not here to give opposing viewpoints. That is not the purpose of this platform. So it says, this is why you are told, let the weak man say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. For by this assumption, the cause substance I am is rearranged and must, therefore, manifest that which its rearrangement affirms. This principle governs every aspect of your life, be it social, financial, intellectual, or spiritual. I am is that reality to which, whatever happens, we must turn for an explanation of the phenomena of life. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. Everything depends upon its attitude towards itself. That which it will not affirm as true of itself cannot be awakened in its world. Do we get that? And that you have to declare it. You must affirm it. You must accept the reality of it in order to express it. Again, I'm reading The Power of Awareness by I'm about to say Dr. Joseph Murphy, by Neville Goddard. And I'm reading the first chapter, which is I Am, which coincides with what we discussed yesterday. I am that I am. And it's always what you think about yourself every day, all day long. That's where everything stems from. Growing hands, welcome, welcome. I commend you and wisdom for being a great light for this platform. Or thank you so much, and I welcome you to the community. Thank you for your support, and thank you for joining. I most definitely appreciate all that come forth. Yes. So we need to find Abdullah's original work because he has such a lasting legacy through these people. I know, right, Mariah? Like, oh my goodness, they were just, I guess he was just supposed to give them, he was going to, channel it to them and let them be the conduit that would spread it around the world, right? Because Abdullah understood there's no separateness, that they are a reflection of him. They are his mirrors, right? We are all of the one source. But that would be very interesting to hear, because Neville studied with Abdullah for 5 years before he went and started teaching this knowledge himself. 5 years he was with Abdullah. And that's beautiful, right? To be with someone, because I do believe it's good to have like mentors, right? For someone else to help you get a greater understanding of self, that we all come together and learn together, right? But it doesn't matter how you come into this knowledge, whether it's a download through meditation or whether it's through the mouth or mind of another individual, right? Because there is no other, there's only I am. So however you come to the knowledge of self, the knowledge of truth, it's all good because as I said, all paths lead to enlightenment. All paths. All paths. It says that is your concept of yourself, such as I am strong, I am secure, I am loved, determines the world in which you live. In other words, when you say, I am a man, I am a father, I am an American, you are not defining different I ams. You are defining different concepts or arrangements of the one calls substance, the one I am, right? So when you say I am God, you're not saying that there's 10 billion gods in the world. No, you're claiming the one called substance to be the only cause, that there is no other cause other than God, other than source, other than the I am. God is undivided. So even in the phenomena of nature, if the tree were articulate, it would say, I am a tree, an apple tree, a fruitful tree. When you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be, you are free from the tyranny of second causes, free from the belief that there are causes outside of your own mind that can affect your life, right? You are free from the tyranny of second causes. There is no other cause. There is no cause outside of self. It is your thoughts about you. It is your conscious beliefs. It is your awareness that you experience, no one else's, right? And as Mariah was reminding us, through those maternal from the transmission from mother to child, right? And the mother's environment, not only her thoughts, but her environment has a direct effect on her thoughts, right? If she does not know who she is, if she does not realize that she's the creator of her reality. So those in her world can affect what's going on in the body, because when you don't know the power of your mind, your own consciousness, you are under the guise, you are under the illusion, you are subservient or in subjection to those around you, to your environment. Hey, Dexter, yes, happy football Sunday. Say, in the state of consciousness of the individual is found the explanation of the phenomena of life. If man's concept of himself were different, everything in his world would be different. Let's say that again. If man's concept of himself were different. Now, of course, when he says man, he's talking about humankind, right? Man is generic. It represents both the male and female. If man's concept of himself were different, everything, not some things, not most things, everything in his world would be different. His concept of himself being what it is, everything in his world must be as it is. That is why you are constantly hearing forever and ever and always, change your mind. You change your world, change your concept, right? We're always talking about self-concept, self-concept, self-concept. It is your mindset that you see. It is with your beliefs that you hold, that you experience. And do they always serve you? No. As we're reminded, we were programmed, right? We were conditioned. This world is fear-based, and everything is from a protective mindset, right? It's from that fight or flight mindset, right? We think we're in danger, so we feel we have to protect ourselves. It's fearful. The world does not operate in love. When you come to the truth of yourself, when you awaken to the truth of your being, that's when you can start to truly operate from the love state, from the God state. Why? Because God is love. And then you recognize how to operate in love. Greetings, created by Fee. Welcome. Happy Sunday. So I'm reading The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And I'm on the first chapter, I Am. I said, thus, it is abundantly clear that there is only one I am, and you are that I am. That's what we have to come to the recognition of, right? We have to recognize that we are that I am. The many make up the one. That's why there's no separateness. There's only unity of the spirit. There's only one cause. We get to use, then there's only one power, and we all get to use this power. Most of us, of course, have been using it unconsciously, unknowingly, unwittingly, as Neville Goddard would put it. And while I am is infinite, you, by your concept of yourself, are displaying only a limited aspect of the infinite I am. You are experiencing just a limited version of infinity, of the infinite oneness, the infinite power, all there is. You are individualized version. You are undivided, right? Just because you're individualized does not make you separate. You're still part of the whole. You are the whole, experiencing limitation. You're the whole, you're the infinite, having a finite experience. The infinite choosing to experience life from a finite perspective. Yes, Mariah. Yes. And he has a quote, he says, build thee more stately mansions, O my soul, as the swift seasons roll. Leave thy low vaulted past. Let each new temple nobler than the last. Shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. This is Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr., The Chambered Nautilus. So that's the end of the first chapter. See, this book is it's not very long. I think it's only, how many pages is it? There's only 106 pages. Very, very short book. Very, very short chapters. And there's 27 chapters in a 106 page book. So you know that it's an easy read, right? Neville Goddard's teaching is very simplistic most times. As we were talking about the feeling of the secret, the feeling is the secret, I know. And I was like, what's the word am I looking for? And it came to me, right? Consciousness is always on point, asking you. It's always given the ambiguity of that book, right? Because he could have easily had just said that knowing is the secret. Faith is the secret. Thinking is the secret. Yet he said feeling when he did not mean emotions. He didn't mean your feelings were the secret, because he didn't say feelings with an S. He said feeling is the secret, which means that deep conviction that I am that which I say I am, right? But a lot of people have taken that book and think that they have to conjure up emotions in order to experience their desires, when you really just want to be in that restful state of knowing, have unshakable faith that nothing can deter you regardless of circumstances. They don't dictate reality, right? Because consciousness is the only reality. Circumstances do not dictate. Your circumstances means nothing. Those are only appearances. And what we don't walk by sight, we walk by faith. You said I have to listen to it over and over again. Yes. Be still and know I am God. Yes, yes. But the power of awareness, and that book that the book that Rain had referred me to by David Allen, The Power of I Am, it's a lot of Neville's books in that book. And I believe the power of awareness. I know for sure the feeling is the secret. Your faith is your fortune, and At Your Command is definitely in that audio book, that 4-hour audio book. I know definitely those books, and I will presume to say that so is The Power of Awareness, that he just copied and pasted and put it in the book, which is good. He did reference those teachers that which he gleaned this understanding from. So that's good. Chapter 2 is consciousness. Consciousness. It is only by a change of consciousness, by actually changing your concept of yourself, that you can build more stately mansions. The manifestations of higher and higher concepts. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world. So Neville Goddard here is giving the definition of manifesting, right? Because we're always like, well, why aren't I manifesting? Why aren't I manifesting? He's letting you know you're always manifesting. You're always experiencing the results of the concepts in your world. The concepts you hold of yourself, you're always experiencing those. So guess what? You're always manifesting. It's never a time you're not manifesting. So lose the mindset, loose it and let it go that you're not manifesting. So I started The Power of I Am, but didn't finish it. I'm going to go back to it. Okay. I was listening to the audio book on YouTube. Yep. You're always manifesting, good or bad. Yep. And it's only good or bad because you say it's good or bad. Remember, there's no good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. Say it doesn't matter what's happening. It's always working out for me. All things are good. If the mind be ready, it shall be so. Oh, okay. The audiobook while you work. Okay, cool. Yeah. I really liked it though. I like how he compiled the compilation of everything. So I'm about maybe 2.5 hours in, because it's like a 4-hour book. Yes, the YouTube is amazing. YouTube is amazing. Yes, yes. So it is of vital importance to understand clearly just what consciousness is. The reason lies in the fact that consciousness is the one and only reality. It is the first and only cause substance of the phenomena of life. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Therefore, it is to consciousness you must turn, but it is the only foundation on which the phenomena of life can be explained. If we accept the idea of a first cause, it would follow that the evolution of that cause could never result in anything foreign to itself. It's like every seed, right? Every seed produces after its own kind. That's the perfection of the law. An apple seed always produces an apple tree, right? A vine always produces grapes, right? A grapevine always produces grapes, right? A lemon seed produces lemons. Every seed after its own kind. Consciousness is always reflecting that which it says it is. And it will never do its opposite, because then it wouldn't be good and perfect. If you think that you could produce something other than which you believe it to be, or know it to be, if you don't like the word believe. It says that this is, if the first cause substance is light, all its evolutions, fruits, and manifestations would remain light. The first cause substance being consciousness, all its evolutions, fruits, and phenomena must remain consciousness. All that could be observed would be a higher or lower form or variation of the same thing. In other words, if your consciousness is the only reality, it must also be the only substance. Consequently, what appears to you as circumstances, conditions, and even material objects is really only the product of your own consciousness. Yes, like a garden created by Fee. Right? Everything that you're experiencing comes from you, comes from your own consciousness. That is the only cause. And there will never, ever be another cause. Everything stems from you. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be rejected. You and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world are one. So there's another book, is more tailored towards Christians, but it's called The Garden Within. Oh, okay. Nice. I like that title. I've never heard of it. Yes. So there are many authors, many books in which we can glean these truths from that will resonate depending on your state of consciousness, where you see yourself. Anita Phillips. Okay. Nice. I don't know why that name sounds familiar. Maybe I've heard this before. I don't know. But that sounds like deja vu. Anita Phillips. Sound like someone referred me to that book before. says, you and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world are one. Therefore, you must turn from the objective appearance of things to the subjective center of things, your consciousness, if you truly desire to know the cause of the phenomena of life, and how to use this knowledge to realize your fondest dreams. In the midst of the apparent contradictions, antagonisms, and contrasts of your life, there is only one principle at work, only your consciousness operating. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance. Your consciousness is the arrangement of your mind that you are seeing. There's not one more than one power. There's not one more than one mind. It's the arrangement of it that you see. That's why you only need to change your thoughts about a thing. That's when we say change your mind, change your thoughts, change your perspective, change how you're seeing it, give it a different meaning, interpret it differently, that in a way that benefits you, in a way that serves you. Rearrange your thoughts. Stop saying I'm sick. Stop saying I'm tired. Stop saying I'm broke. Stop saying it's difficult. Stop saying it's hard. Stop saying it's a sacrifice. Stop saying it's a struggle. Because if that's what you truly believe, that's what you're going to experience, because you can only experience your own consciousness. So you want to get the consciousness of ease, of flow, right? Of surrender, effortless way. When you push too hard against something, you try to make a thing so, as opposed to recognizing it's so, that's when you come into a more detrimental experience. You don't have to push against, you don't have to force, you don't have to effortless, you don't have to grind. You only have to surrender, give up, give it up. Stop trying to make it so, because it already is. Just come to the recognition that it already is. Sit with yourself, love on yourself, give yourself the gift of worthiness. Give yourself the gift of understanding. Give yourself the gift of compassion. Give yourself the gift of love. It's free, and it's already been given to you. Just accept the gift. Accept the gift. Accept the gift. I'm going to put my glasses on while I read. Accept the gift. The world moves with motiveless necessity. By this is meant that it has no motive of its own, but is under the necessity of manifesting your concept, the arrangement of your mind. And your mind is always arranged in the image of all you believe and consent to as true. That's why an assessment of your beliefs, your thoughts, is necessary. You must pay attention to what you're paying attention to. What are you giving consent to in your life? What are you saying that you believe to be true that no longer serves you? You want to know this so you can set about to change it. My whole life, I thought I was undeserving. I thought I was unworthy. My whole life, I thought I had to struggle and strain and work for money. My whole life, I thought I had to just accept this disease, this ailment in my body, because I was told that was just the way it was. And my whole life, I thought that because I looked a certain way, I couldn't have certain things, that I was limited in my experience, that I was limited in what I could have in this life. Those are things that need to be changed, because the I am is limitless. Hey, Alexa, welcome. Thank you. Right? What is your concept of yourself? That's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to experience. That's why changing self-concept is so key. The rich man, poor man, beggar man, or thief are not different minds, but different arrangements of the same mind. And in the same sense that a piece of steel, when magnetized, differs not in substance from its demagnetized state, but in the arrangement and order of its molecules. A single electron revolving in a specified orbit constitutes the unit of magnetism. When a piece of steel or anything else is demagnetized, the revolving electrons have not stopped. Therefore, the magnetism has not gone out of existence. There is only a rearrangement of the particles so that they produce no outside or perceptible effect. When particles are arranged at random, mixed up in all directions, the substance is said to be demagnetized. But when particles are marshaled in ranks so that a number of them face in one direction, the substance is a magnet. Magnetism is not generated. It is displayed. There's a difference, right? We're not creating anything, right? Creation is finished. We're only experiencing that which already is. I think that's a really, really clear thing that we have to come to an agreement with, right? Creation is, we're not making anything so. It's already so. We're just experiencing that which already is. It already exists. The job you want already exists. It's already yours. The house, it's already there. It's already yours. Health, it's already there. It's already yours. The marriage, the love, the life that you want, it's already there. It's only up for you to experience it. Allow it to come into visibility. By what? Embodying it, having the consciousness of its reality. Already is. Yes. Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind. That is, by your concept of yourself and your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. What you consent to can only be discovered by an uncritical observation of your reactions to life, right? This is the assessment of your thoughts. This is paying attention. How do you react to life? Pay attention to how you're reacting. Pay attention, because that's what you're giving your energy to. That's what you're saying. That's what you're making alive in your world. Every time you react, you're saying, give me more of that. Because that's your power. It's the power of your awareness. In that moment, you're giving your attention to it. You're reacting to it. You're causing it to grow. You're causing it to remain a fixture in your world. But you can remove the fixture by what? Changing your mindset. Your reactions reveal where you live psychologically. And where you live psychologically determines how you live here in the outer visible world. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. The basic nature of the primal cause is consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate substance of all things is consciousness. It's whatever you're conscious of being is what you're going to experience. Always. Always. Always, always, always. So you can say I am healthy, but if you don't have, you can say, but if you don't have the consciousness of health, you're going to experience illness. You can say I am abundant, but if you have the consciousness of lack, then you're going to experience that which you believe to be a scarcity mindset. You must decide what it is you want to embody and allow yourself to be that. I am that I am. Hey, Aaron. Hello, welcome. Mariah be looking for, she be like, is my boy coming through today? Is Aaron gonna make an appearance today? Yes, living in light Riley. Yes, I am that I am. What are you attention? What are you conscious of? Aaron said, dang, I was just peeking. So you're going to have to just peek from the outside, Aaron. You just going to have to not tap the live if you just want to peek. She said, I always see the join, the notifications. Okay. Like I saw Daisy, but I don't know her, so you silly. Say to change this, we meditate on it. Or in other words, what I place my awareness on. Yes, created by Fee. Absolutely. That's it. That's it. That's where it starts. Yep. You must be willing to do that. You must be willing to do what's necessary to transform your reality by becoming conscious of the life you choose to experience. So, does anyone have any questions or anything? Have any thoughts regarding the first two chapters? I told you the book is very short. The chapters are very short, but very insightful, right? Very transformative if you allow it to be. Before I move on to chapter 3, which is the power of assumption. Say, what are we reading? This book that I have on the screen, Alexa, The Power of Awareness. Oh, can you see that? The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Yep, Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. Hello. Yep, this is a Neville Goddard book. You're welcome, Alexa. Are you familiar with this book? Have you read any of Neville Goddard's works? And this is what he calls his teaching, the law of assumption, right? And so we're going to read chapter 3, the power of assumption. And Joseph Murphy teaches the same thing. He calls it the law of belief, the law of life, the law of mind, the law of being. I think Reverend Ike calls it the science of living, right? I've heard some of it on YouTube, but not much. I have also listened to Joseph Murphy. Yes. Stay in process. Went down rabbit hole looking at my birth chart. Then I said, it's only me. Exactly. It's all you. Right. The birth charts, the astrology charts and all of that, they're only going to reflect your current beliefs. They're going to reflect your subconscious beliefs, what you already believe to be true. Right. You get to decide. Exactly. As always. And so let's go to the power of assumption, which says, man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. See, I went through my own old journals and realized I got everything I thought wasn't. Oh, yes, Carrie. Yes, we need a wow for that. Wow! That's amazing, Carrie. Yes. So everything that you thought was impossible came into your experience. That is beautiful. That is amazing. That is amazing. Again, man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. I would say it's so emotional realizing it was me all along. Yes, Carrie. Yes. That's how it is for all of us when we come to the awakened state, the mindset that says There is nothing outside of you doing anything for you. There is no savior coming to save you. There is no one that can die for you, right? Not physical death, right? The dying for you is mental, it's psychological. That's the only way someone can die for you. They have to die to their concept of you, right? Remember how I was teaching that you experience no one but your concept of them? So if you want to experience something differently about them, you have to change you must die to your old beliefs, your old subconscious beliefs, right? The way you were conceiving them to be. That's the only thing that you die. That's how you give your life for a friend. That's how you give your life for a friend. See them differently, seeing them at their highest ideal. You say, meanwhile, you're funny, Mariah. Hey, Counselor Chris. Say, baby, they ain't ready for this message. Teach. Yes. Oh, yes, Mia. Yes, yes. Wow. Beautiful. We're going to cheer it with you. Yes. Awesome. Hello, Shalia. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Yes. Oh, well, welcome back. Welcome back. You know, I be here doing my thing. I be here most days. So you got to catch me when you catch me. Hey, April. How long have I been on? Oh, probably at least an hour or more. Let's see. Yep. A little over an hour. I've been rolling in the deep. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Welcome, welcome all. Hello. Happy Saturday. Look at Mariah keeping time. Mariah, so funny. So we agree that we need to work on changing our perception of each other so we can show. Oh, I love that, Mia. That is it. That is it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And see, if we want to talk about time, we're going to say less than a day, right? Is that okay? If we wanted to insert time into this, we were saying less than a day, we came to that revelation. But we know all is now, right? All is now. When did it happen? Now. All is now. So glad to hear. That's so wonderful, Mia. That is so wonderful. Yes, yes. I came in alignment with my desires. No room for pride. That's it. That's it. That's the only humbling the scripture is talking about, right? When you come to the recognition that all is I am. There is no separateness. We are one, right? That's the recognition we all have to come to. That we're all in this together. Because you are me, and me is we. We are the I am. I'm in control over the peace in my world. Amen. Yes, you are. That's it. That's it. So glad you recognize that. So, yes, it's such a beautiful thing. I have been listening to Reverend Ike like every morning. Yes, he is inspiring. Most definitely. He definitely is. I know, right, Mariah? Yes. Look at all these success stories. So beautiful. So amazing. Music to our ears. Sweet melodies that we love to hear. And we should just come to expect this every day. Every day, this should be an expectation, right? Every day. Because every day is a day of what? Thanksgiving. Every day is a day of Thanksgiving. Take the time to glorify the Lord today. And who is the Lord? I am. I am. I am. I am. Say thanks, everyone, for your support and positive energy has helped so much. Yes, we're just your reflection, girl. We're just your mirror. That's all. Hey, user 387. Say, I came across your content and have been so relieved every time. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining the live. So you went back with that one. I know, right, Faith? I still got some of them church songs in me, too. There's them old, you had the mothers of the church singing those type of songs. Say, Elizabeth, expect only good from me because everything works out for my well-being. Exactly. Right. Mariah was teaching us something today on epigenetics. Thank you so much, dear. Because I'll leave the science to everyone, even though psychology is a science, right? I know it is a science. It's a science of mind because that is the cause of all things, right? All things are from within. Everything is psychological. And so we're on chapter 3 of the power of awareness, and it's called the power of assumption. I think this first line is so imperative. It's the crux, it's the creme de la creme of our journey back to self. This realization, this recognition. Man's chief delusion, this is our chief delusion, is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Say, I absorb all things quantum and quantum entanglement. Yes, I absorb it all too. I'm just not teaching it. You feel me, Elizabeth? I'll listen to others bring that noise. I'll let somebody else bring that truth. Right? Say, he initially wanted to move out of state or further. This man want to move. What? All right, moving down the street. Wow. All right. He's going to be my husband number 2 and my last. Yes, he is my husband. He is my husband number 2. Claim it in the first person present tense. He's mine. The boy is mine. The boy is mine. Right? Yes. LOL. Not saying I understand it all, to teach, but I sure. Right, Elizabeth. Right. We here. Say Mia going back to back. Right. I want to be so petty. I want to be petty so bad. I knew where. She got all the things in less than 24 hours. I know, right? Created by Fee wants to know what is quantum. What did you say? The quantum and quantum entanglement. Created by Fee. You may have to go look that up on the YouTube. Let somebody break it down for you. Unless Elizabeth wants to share her knowledge, what she's gained from that teaching, from that understanding. I was going too bad for my girl yesterday in the comments. Yes, you were. Yeah. Oh, the pettiness. Say, let her ask her questions. Yes, yes, yes. It says no separation between the creator and science. Oh, all right. That's what I've been saying. Yeah. All right. Okay. Right. So in a nutshell. Right. Yeah, it goes into more of the physics of it, right? So if you want to see how physics and consciousness is one, that it's all connected, there's no separateness. Yes, awareness is everything. Hello, Thomas YB Wright. Welcome. Yes, me too. I find it interesting too. I love those that can break it down. I love when people connect the physiology, right? The different parts of the brain, the cranial nerve, all of that, the spinal cord, all of that. Yes, the epigenetics of it. Yes. It all fits in like a puzzle piece, neatly interwoven. Not even a puzzle piece, it's more neatly interwoven together because there is no separateness. It all is one. Yes, it's like all the details just affirm and reaffirm all together. Yes. Bill Donahue's brilliant in explaining the Bible side of it. Yes, yep. It's like you're going to get this knowledge regardless of what angle you look at it. Yep. That's it. Yes. Oh, hey, Big Rule 75. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the church. You will come as you are, but you won't remain as you are. Right? This is the church. You come as you are, but you don't remain as you are. You are forever changed. You come to the true knowledge of self here at Prosperous Living, Science of Mind Church, where you understand the psychological truths of your being, that all is mind. Yes, Dexter. Amen. Amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? I can't hear you. Let me stop. All right, I'm going to read this sentence again. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of consciousness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, and that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change of circumstance happens as a result of a change in your state of consciousness. Yes, know thyself, and physician, heal thyself. Yes. How long ago since you have been aware? I remembered you said that you was a Sunday school teacher. Yes, user 387, 2018. 2018. So, not many years, only about 6.5, if we're going to talk about time, right? But I guess in reality, we always knew, we just forget, right? So now we're just awakening, realizing, coming to the recognition that we actually already knew this. We just forgot. So, right, everything that happens to you is a result of your beliefs about it. It's whatever you're believing to be true will be true for you. Everything that happens to you is a result of your own convictions. Oh, okay. So you taught first grade Sunday school and worked in a nursery. Okay, so in 2008. Nice. Nice, Elizabeth. Nice. Oh, you're welcome, user 387. Hey, Rain, I've been on for a little over an hour, about an hour and 15, 20 minutes. I get on around 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. I love the knowing before I knew I knew. LOL, to remember is so fun. Right. Yeah. We had to start saying we forgot, right? We knew, we just forgot that we knew. Now we're remembering what we knew. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Yep. So Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. The basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas. For you think from your ideas. All transformations begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. You have to want to be different. That's just it. You're going to have to want to be different. It's up to you. Do you want to be different? You must desire not to be better, to be different. Because you can be a better liar. You can be better at deceiving. You could be better at cheating. You could be better at not owning up to what you need to change about. Yeah, you could become better at that. But you want to think differently. You desire to be different. To no longer think the way you used to think. To repent, to have a radical change of mind. He said, I used to read The Secret and got great results. My pastor hated me for it. What? The pastor was just asleep. That's all. Just asleep. So when you come to a realization that you don't need anyone outside of self, you know, the world don't know how to handle that, because the world teaches dependency, right? The world teaches dependency, that you must be dependent upon another. When you come to realize that all you need is self, all you need is a changed mind, and then your world has to what? Bend over backwards to give you what you believe you have. I know, right, Mariah? But remember, we're only experiencing our concepts of it. So his concept of his pastor was hating. The pastor wasn't hating. He conceived him to be a hating pastor, right? Remember, we only see our own consciousness. We don't see other people. We see our concepts of them, right? Because you still have to realize it's our mind that is creative. It's our consciousness we're always experiencing. We're never experiencing someone else's beliefs. We're only experiencing our own. We get married down in our hopelessness. So happy with my growth. Me too, Elizabeth. Amen, amen, amen. Hey, Platinum Styles, welcome. People treat you like you're crazy. Controlling codependence and the belief that one is above the other. Yep. There is no one greater than the I am. No one greater than I am. Right? They want us to be dependent on them and unaware of our power. Yep. That is simply not true. I think it was Jesus who said Pharisees don't want anyone to enter within, so they block the way. Yep. Because they have no understanding. They have no understanding. And remember, the Bible is a book from you to you. The Pharisees are not about people on the outside. The Pharisees are the thoughts within you. It's your thoughts that's keeping you from the truth, no one else. Remember, the Bible is a book of within, not without. So even though it appears to be talking about the people on the outside, it's actually talking about your thoughts that's going on within you. You accept that someone can stop you from knowing something. No one can stop you from knowing anything. You're your own block. You're your own thief. You're your own robber. Stop robbing yourself of this truth by thinking someone else has power over you. Because there is no one other than you. There is only I am. There is only I am. Right, see, over here embracing the Delulu. Delulu. I don't know if I call it Delulu, Elizabeth. I'm going to call it my reality. I'm embracing my reality. You can call it delusional. I'm calling it my reality. It's my reality. I get to write this play. I get to direct it. I'm producing it. And I'm the star of this thing called life, of my reality, of my wonderland, of my dreamscape. I'm learning and realizing that I'm in control of me. Yes. Bill Donnie says the Bible is a book about the mind. That's it. That's it. Yes, ma'am. There's only I am, right? It's not it's the yes. It listens to others, but it doesn't matter what they exactly. It does not matter. The only thing you should care about is what you think. That's the only thing you should care about. You should only care about what you think, because only what you think matters. What someone else matters does not. What doesn't matter to you, what someone else matters. It should not matter to you what someone else matters. It doesn't. You create your own matter. So all of you are here spreading so much truth and showing how the Bible is really instructing us. Yes. Hey, EA2A. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. It said, I love that. Feast in Wonderland. My world. Exactly. It's your world. Everybody else is playing a part. They're background noise. They're the supporting cast. This is my world, and they just get small parts of it so I don't get bored. Exactly, Elizabeth. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. That's it. That's it. And so he says the first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You must want to be different and intend to be before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present act. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. The feeling, the naturalness, the normalcy, having the faith that is already yours. No NPCs, Elizabeth. He said they're NPCs. Not NPCs. No, they're the I am. They're the I am. Everyone is I am. Everything you see is I am. There are no... But I get what you're saying. They only playing the parts you give them, right? But everyone is I am. Everyone is I am. Say, by desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. Who are you assuming? Ask yourself, who am I assuming that I am? If this assumption is persistent in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. The ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for an incarnation. But unless you yourself offer it human parentage, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the task of incarnating this new and greater value of yourself. You must value you must appreciate you, right? Give greater value to your life. So I do have a question about that. What if people are resistant to what you're imagining? It does not matter what they're resistant to. They have no free will. They're just parts in the play. That's it. You decide what role. You decide if they're co-starring, if they're supporting, or if they're background noise, right? You get to decide that. Reflecting back to me, yes, I know, but only if I am aware. right, Elizabeth, right? Could it be possible that a part of your soul's journey is simply to choose you regardless? Yes, that's it. It's not a part of your soul. That's your only part. Is to always choose you, because there's only I am. We all eventually come to the knowledge of self. Hey, all love. Right? Your true purpose in life is to remember I am. The whole purpose in life is to remember who I am. That's your whole purpose. Is to come to the awakening of the truth of your being. Say, what I be up to? Right now, we're reading The Power of I Am. Well, I'm reading the Power of I Am. The Power of Awareness. And we're just having a good old time, enjoying the success stories, you know, coming to the greater awareness of self. Say amen, amen. The fact that we are writers of the script of our life is so amazing. On this good Sunday. Hey, TMJ. Keep your vision in your vision. Focus on what you desire. Yes. Hey, Deniza. We got another Mariah. We got another one, Mariah. And another one. And another one. We love it. Yes, Deniza. Yes. And another one. And another one. Right. Yes. We got this. Yes. So I went on Friday and told myself I'm going to be authentic to myself. I was struggling with what to do. With what? Yes. Yep. Being authentic with what to wear, but then told myself I know, and boom, an outfit idea came up. I walked into this lounge. Okay, stepping out, looking good, feeling great. Yes. Hello, Deanna. I was attracting so many people and met this really nice man.
Wow!
Yes.
Wow!
Yes. That building that self-confidence. Yes. Walking in confidence. Confidence went great, and I went on with my life. The next day, he told me he wanted to give me drum roll. A birthday gift since we didn't know each other last week. Okay, Deniza. Okay.
Wow!
Okay, girl. Okay. All right. What self-love won't do for you? What self-confidence won't do for you? Right? Right? You can just be you and it just shows up. Didn't have to do nothing but love on you. Be authentically yourself. Be unapologetically yourself. And look at that. Girl.
Wow!
We love that. That's what we talking about. Yes. Yes. And I've been telling myself, I know I can provide someone who spoils me. Yes. 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 And he did bother. He didn't bother me. After he was so nice, he's also an investor and gave me advice on how to build a business plan. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. So this is just going to encourage you even more, right? This right here, this is that boost of reminding you of who you are and to lean into it. Lean into it. Lean into it. So amazing. Yes, keep on creating beautiful moments. This is awesome. It's so beautiful when you get to experience someone's journey. This is so beautiful. When people come in and say, you know, yes, I'm giving you all the credit. I'm giving you all the credit, Mariah. Yes. The day of success stories. Yes. This is what's beautiful. As the church would say, testimonial service. But I like success stories. No testing involved. Hey, Evie said, I have a channel here on TikTok where I help people, but lately I'm having a hard time posting. Why are we having a hard time? Why don't we just post? Why don't we just post the content? No judgment, no criticizing, no analyzing. If you like it, we love it. If you love it, we like it, right? We are your mirrors. Everyone here on this platform is just mirroring you. See yourself as successful and you shall be successful. Don't pay attention to the numbers. Don't pay attention to the comments. Be engaging, be authentic, be real, be true, be loving, be kind, right? You're helping people. Because when you're helping others, it's helping you. Because God is the giver and the gift. When you give to others, you are giving to yourself. Just remember that. Whatever you give out must come back. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. So give the love, give the help, give the kindness, give the authenticity. Be real. Be no one but you, because there's no one but you. There's no one like you. You are uniquely divine. You are uniquely individualized as the I am. Thank you guys. It was so nice, relaxing, just being present. Yes, yeah. You're welcome, Evie. No fear, no shyness. We're not going to give over to those thoughts. We're going to change that mindset. We're going to sit with ourselves and remind ourselves of who we are, that we are divine, that we already know. And we're just going to remind ourselves, we're going to go within and allow the guidance that's already there to lead us down the path of righteousness for his name's sake, because that's the nature of the I am, to walk in right thinking, always thinking right about a thing, and knowing that whatever you shall do shall prosper. You will prosper in all that you do, because what? I am can't fail. It's impossible. There's no failure in I am. And then just remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of that. It says, the ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for an incarnation. But unless you give it offer a human parentage, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the task of incarnating this new and greater value of yourself. In giving birth to your ideal, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This is a point that is truly understood by probably not more than one per in a million. You know a thing mentally by looking at it from the outside, by comparing it with other things, by analyzing it and defining it, by thinking of it. Whereas you can know a thing spiritually only by becoming it, only by thinking from it. You must be the thing itself and not merely talk about it or look at it. You must be like the moth in search of his idol, the flame, who spurred with true desire, plunging at once into the sacred fire, folded his wings within till he became one color and one substance with the flame. He only knew the flame who in it burned, and only he could tell who nearer to tell returned. You must love this desire so much that you're willing to die to your current state. That's all they're saying. You got to be willing to die to your current beliefs in order to embody the new state. You got to think from it, not just think of it. You must be the person that has the thing so that the thing shows up. All right? You got to be willing to embody it. As Denisa said, she just began to embody it, to be present, to just make a decision and walk in that pure essence of confidence. That is so beautiful, so amazing. We should all be inspired and aspired to reach for greatness, to embody greatness, and to know that it shall be reflected back to us. It says, just as the moth in his desire to know the flame was willing to destroy himself, so much you, in becoming a new person, be willing to die to your present self. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. Therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be, and then live by faith in this assumption, which is not yet incarnate in the body of your life, and confidence that this new value or state of consciousness will become incarnated through your absolute fidelity to the assumption that you are that which you desire to be. This is what wholeness means, what integrity means. They mean submission of the whole self to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in certainty that the new state of consciousness is the renewing of mind which transforms. You must recognize and feel yourself to be that which you desire. Have faith that you are that deep conviction that whatever I've asked for, I already have. Make it natural to you. Make it normal. Just know. Just know. Keep telling yourself it is so. That's why we live in the end, right? We live in the end of our desire. We don't try to think about the middle. We don't get caught up in the details. The details is not our work. How it appears is not our responsibility. Our only responsibility is to what? Feel as though we're already that. Feel means it's about touch. It's about naturalness. It's about normalcy. And it comes through what? Through practice, through rehearsal. It's just like, think of it like when you see an actor in a movie, right? We have certain actors or actresses that we say they really become the part, right? They really feel like they're that person. Like we think of Denzel Washington, you can think of Tom Hanks, and you could think of Morgan Freeman, and the different ones that have taken on many different roles, right? Or even thinking about the roles of people that took on those psychological movies, like the different actors that played the Joker, right? And that they became it so much that they couldn't even detach from that character, that character ended up playing out in their real life, right? That's the role you want to play. Like you really are convinced that they are the character, so they feel like they're that person, right? It seems natural. And then you can see an actor that really didn't become it, and it's like they just playing themselves. Because you could watch people on interviews, and you can listen to them and you be like, okay, I've seen many characters that you played, and you really not acting. You just playing yourself on a TV show or in a movie. We can think of people that do that too, right? I can name a couple of actresses. I'm like, oh, they're not really acting. They're just being themselves on the TV screen. They're just memorizing lines as themselves. But we have really great actors that really became the role. They really felt as though you really connected with them, right? And that feeling can conjure up an emotion. Right? The feeling can, but it's not something you have to make happen, right? The feeling comes naturally based on the connection with the character because they felt real. Hello, Brittany Carpenter. You say how to stop worrying and heal. But first you have to recognize there's no healing to be done. You're already whole. It's really about acceptance. And the truth is that you have to train yourself to focus on the present now and not look back. And I know when you hear that, it's like, well, how do I not think of the past? You have to train yourself not to. You have to train yourself to focus on what do you want now? What do you want now? And it comes with taking full accountability for the thoughts that you're thinking, because it's the thoughts that you're thinking which stem from an idea. What are your ideas about life? How do you really see your life? Where do your thoughts stem from? Your ideas, your beliefs about life. So in order to create a new belief, you have to get a new premise, a new idea. And so the new premise has to be, I'm already perfect. I'm already whole. I'm already complete. I'm already abundant because I am. I am is the source, is the cause, is the God of Scripture. I am is the all. And the all is not sick. The all does not need healing. The all is not broken. The all doesn't worry. I am knows. I am is powerful. I am is love. I am is peace and joy and goodwill to all. That's where you lay your foundation in love. You lay your foundation in love. The rock, love and faith, right? Paul says these three remain: hope, faith, love. But the greatest of these is love. Faith is that inner conviction that a thing is true. That's what faith is, right? The substance of things hoped for, the certitude of expectation, and the evidence of not being able to see it physically. That you know a thing to be true even if you can't see it. Even if you have no evidence of the senses, you know within yourself that is true, that is real, that is who you are. Hello, Berry Queen. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. You're welcome, Brittany. Can you join up? For what reason, Imani? For what reason are we wanting to join? And good morning, welcome. I just need to know the cause, the reason for you desiring to join. So I'll continue. Therefore, it is the height of folly to expect the incarnation of a new and greater concept of self to come about by natural evolutionary process. That which requires a state of consciousness to produce its effect obviously cannot be affected without such a state of consciousness. And in your ability to assume the feeling of a greater life, to assume a new concept of yourself, you possess what the rest of nature does not possess: imagination, the instrument by which you create your world. Most definitely, Mariah, most definitely. You imagine your life. We are image makers. We are image makers. It's just our imagination always. It's what you imagine yourself to be, you will see. Yes, hello, Infinite Dreams. Say that's the basis of my company. Yes, yes. Dreams imagined. Love that. Love that, Infinite Dreams. Yes. So your imagination is the instrument, the means whereby your redemption from slavery, sickness, and poverty is effected. If you refuse to assume the responsibility of the incarnation of a new and higher concept of yourself, then you reject the means, the only means whereby your redemption, that is, the attainment of your ideal, can be effected. Imagination is the only redemptive power in the universe. However, your nature is such that it is optional to you whether you remain in your present concept of yourself, a hungry being longing for freedom, health, and security, or choose to become the instrument of your own redemption. Imagining yourself as that which you want to be, and thereby satisfying your hunger and redeeming yourself. It's your choice. Choose to be different than you are. Choose to think differently and stop thinking of your desire and think from. See yourself as already being it. See yourself as already being the person that has the beautiful relationship, that has the fit body, that has the enormous, huge bank account, whatever it is that you want. Because everybody's not in search for billions of dollars, right? All of us just want freedom. We just want freedom. And freedom shows up in infinite ways, right? It's relative. It's subjective. So that's why you don't let other people define what happiness is for you. You get to define that. You get to define what makes your joy full. What's an abundant life to you? No competitiveness, no comparison, right? Don't compare yourself alongside others, right? You decide what it is that brings you joy. Not what society says, not what your parents said, not what your family says. What do you say? What is happiness? What does happiness looks like to you? Say, I bought a fake ring from Target just to feel the ring. Yes. Well, it's not a fake ring. It's a real ring. You bought a ring from Target? Yes. All right. All right. Beaming Goddess. Yes. Welcome. Say the imagination should be developed with daily practice. Yes. Got to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Rehearse. Don't think outside the box. Remove the box. Yes. Love that. Remove the blocks. Yes. Say comfort in life. So, sometimes I get stuck in comparison. Yep. No comparison. Yes, you are. Yep. The joining together with God is called communion. Right, but because God is you. Commune with thy own self upon thy bed, right? I and my Father are one. There is no separateness. There is only oneness. What's that? Beachy Love, welcome. Hey, Yema, welcome. Spicy Mystic. Hello, I've been saying I don't need a sign. It's already mine. It's been, oh, yes, yes, yes. For those of you that were not in the chat yesterday, we came with a cute little saying. I don't need a sign. It's already mine. I don't need a sign. It's already mine. Yes, love that. Yes. I get to thinking, what would I ever do with millions of dollars other than help others? But I already help others. Yes, 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 right? Because if it's already done, I don't need a sign. It's already mine, right? It'll keep you from looking for proof. The proof is within you. You are the proof. You are the revelation. You are the manifestation. Right? Yes, yes. Yep. Yep. Train yourself to stop looking for signs. You don't want to manifest signs. You want to manifest the reality of your desire, right? You want to see it's already yours. It's already done. There's nothing to do but what? Let it come to you. Let it come. That's what we have to remind ourselves. It comes to you. A lot of us have a difficult time. We think we have to bring it to us. No, you're the magnet. It comes to you. It literally comes to you. It really does. I know we think it doesn't, but it does. I know we've been trained to think, oh, I must do this, I must do that, I must put it in an application. Look, the job my husband has, they came to him, and he desired this job and forgot about it. And he was working at like a Midas or something like that. I can't remember where he was working at. He tells the stories. I don't really remember what it was, in something, one of those type of car places. But he wanted to work for a cat dealership. They do the construction equipment, and the supervisor at the cat dealership came to him, and he was working on his car, and he was like, "Have you ever wanted to work for the cat dealership?" He was like, "I sure did." He was like, "The job is yours. Just put in the application. You got to go through the process, but the job is yours." He never applied. He went to a technical school that taught him how to work on construction equipment, to repair it. And when he went to go visit it as part of the program, he was like, man, I would really like to work here. And he said he thought about it. And then he said maybe in a year and a half later or whatever, he went and he was working at, like I said, like one of those car places where they fix on cars and stuff. And the supervisor of that specific place of employment, that company, came in. My husband worked on his car. He was like, I love the way you talk, I love the way you do everything. I love your presentation. Have you ever thought about working here? And he was like, yes. He was like, the job is yours. Just put in the application. Yep, Mariah, you just have to just say what it is you want and imagine yourself as already being it, right? Say, that's why I would like to work. I love everything about it. I love the company. I love the benefits. And see yourself there, and don't give over to anything else, and it will come because it's already done. You are the operant power. You get to say what it is you want, and it happens. I've had many different, I never really had a career because like I said, I didn't finish college. So, but whatever place I worked, starting off at entry level, I always got promoted, and they always came to me and asked me, are you going to apply for this job? Or when, because like before I worked with Chase was the only one I think that really wasn't a promotion. It was more of a lateral move. But when I worked at the Chicago Board Options Exchange, it was right across the street from the Chicago Board Stock Exchange. I worked at the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And when I was working for their, at the Options Exchange, there are other companies within that worked on the floor where we traded options. And one of my supervisors, he left to go work with one of the other companies, still working at the exchange, but working for a different company. He worked with me so well, he wanted me to come join him at this new company. And when he brought me over, I ended up being the highest paid clerk in that new company. And I ended up leaving it when I got married the first time. And what's funny is that when I was leaving it, everyone was trying to figure out how they could split my salary because I was leaving. And so they were like, they should get an increase because I was leaving and they wanted to split my salary. But every time, I've never been fired from a job. Every time I ever left a company, they always would say, Toyia, you're welcome to come back. If you ever want to come back, you're welcome to come back. The job is yours, right? So it really is a mindset. You really do have to change your mindset and really be confident within yourself and really know that when you say a certain thing, don't worry about how. And I know that's such a tricky place for people because we've been told to be action oriented. You got to do this. You got to do. No, the only thing you have to do is imagine that you already have it. The action is in the mind. It's not physical. It's mental. It's spiritual. Because the spiritual side is believing that you already are that. The mental side is choosing, right? You're choosing what you want based on observation. You're like, okay, yes, I read all the credentials. I read all the qualifications. Don't matter. I don't care if I don't meet the qualifications. I am the qualification. If this is what I want, see myself with it. Give thanks for it and then drop it and let it go. Don't try to figure out, okay, I need to do this. I need to do. No, whatever that you need to do, you won't have to think about it. It will be natural because it will flow from you. It will flow from when you start trying to think about what to do, that's when you're doing too much. If you're trying to figure it out, you're doing too much. You're trying to make it happen. God don't need your help. The I am got it. It's your surface mind. It's your reasoning mind. What people like to call the egoic mind. And they try to make it a bad thing, but the ego is not bad. It's not something that needs to die. It's the consciousness. It's just another way of saying what you're conscious of, what you're observing. The ego is observing the world around it. And from that observation, it's making a selection and saying this, okay, I would like to experience this. Okay, I would like to experience that. Okay, I would like to experience that. And then you give it over to the higher self. the I am, and let the I am do what it's already done. Let the I am work its magic. Let the I am go to work for you. Because his thoughts are not your thoughts. His ways are not your ways. There's no way you can figure out. You don't know the perfect way. You don't know the perfect plan, but the I am does. The I am has the bird's eye view. It knows the beginning before the end. It knows the end before the beginning. Because of what? They are one. You just have to have faith and trust. You said, "Faith said, when I tell you they get paid, great niche role." He was tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Yeah, and this was this is before I even met him. This was years ago. He had no knowledge of the law, right? This was intuitive. This is just something he intuitively did. He did say that when he left the plant, he was still getting his certifications and everything. He hadn't graduated yet. He said he went to his car and he planted himself there. He did that. He did do that. He said he saw himself there and he dug himself a hole like a tree, like he was the tree, and he saw him and he planted himself there. And then he said he dropped it and never thought about it again. And then it came to him. Say, me too. Every job I have, they approach me for promotion, but now I no longer want to work for money. Yeah, I no longer work either. I have the beautiful blessing of being a stay-at-home wife. I haven't worked since 2017. Not at a desk job or anything like that. See, the beautiful Wu Wei. Say yes to you are 70 plus deep in this live. I don't think I've seen that yet. Oh, thank you, Mariah. Hey, Toy Stop. Welcome. Y'all got to go deep within. All oneness. You are God. You are it. Yes. Yes, beaming goddess. Yes. Yep. And we're both on our second marriage. We both are on this journey together. We both came into the awakeness at the same time. In 2018, I found a video on YouTube called The Law of Attraction. I listened to it. When he got home, I forwarded it to him and told him, I didn't tell him anything about it. I just shared it with him. I said, go listen to this and tell me what you think. And he came back and he said, this is it. This is what we've been looking for. And we've been on a journey ever since together. Hey, Felicia, legacy bills. Yes, I want to be an executive director in healthcare field, but I don't have an admin experience. So you are the experience. Everything you need to know will be taught to you, Felicia. But guess what? The I am already knows. The I am, and that's who you are, knows all things. Claim it, it's yours. See yourself with it. I think that was Hay reminding us, right? When she came up a couple of days ago saying that she would go for jobs and they would be saying that, you needed this degree and that degree. And she was like, I don't care. I'm applying. I don't care. She didn't let their qualifications deter her because she knew that she was the qualification. I am the qualification. I qualify me. That's what you got. I qualify me. Oh, thank you, Faith. Thank you. Right, yeah, Ma. Yes. Hey, user 443. Yes. 433, I mean. Yes. Say, that's my job too. Stay at home wife when money is no object. It is done. Yes, Amanda. Yes. Hey, hi, Vibes. Customize your life. Welcome. How are you? The I am wouldn't be given you the desire without the means to do it. Amen. That's it. So I plan on being a kept woman. I worked all my life and now I want to enjoy my life and have freedom. That's it. It's already done. Created by Fee. It's already done. You get to decide who you are being on this moment. The eternal now. That's all you have is now. Ooh, I'm in the right life with all these stay-at-home wives. I know, right? Good to see you too. Yes, yes, yes. 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 Yep. That's proof your desire is already at hand. That's it. Hey, we're the women of leisure, right? We are the women of leisure. Yes, Zoe G. Yes, the women of leisure. And any men too. Any men want to be the men of leisure, you know? It's no respect of person. There's no gender in desire, you know? You got men, they don't want to work either. They want the money just to flow to them too, right? They don't want to have to get up and clock no, not if that's something they don't want, right? Because remember, there's nothing against a career, right? There's nothing against anything you do, right? No comparison, no competition, right? Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own desire, right? So however you see your life. I know there are many women enjoy that corporate life. They get down. They love being a boss babe, and I ain't mad at them. Do you, boo? I'm going to celebrate you. So start thinking from it. What is your day now like as a cat wife? Easy breezy and fresh and squeezy. Oh, I get to do these lives anytime I want to. I get to do whatever I want. I get to travel whenever I want. I can go wherever, do whatever I want. And most of the time, I'm doing nothing. Most of the time, I'm just being. Say, thank goodness that I work from home 100%, so I have plenty of practice being a leisure, no stress. Yes, just remember your I am is the source of it all. Yes. Yes, never mad at the boss babes. Love them down. I root for them. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a stay-at-home wife who's not married at the university. I know that's right. Yes, yes. Beachy love, yes. I don't know if I want to be fully kept because I have so many interests I still want to explore. I just want to do what I want rather what I have to. Exactly. Yes, Mariah. Hey, Queen. Welcome, welcome. Hey. Grand Rising, beautiful one. Yep, I'm at home being free. Whatever you seek is seeking you. Yep. Yep, the list goes on. Remember, all must exist so you can choose from the buffet of life. Yes. My job is to look at pretty resorts, sports, and pick which one we are going to next. I know that's right. Hey, Chrissy Cass. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Yes, yes. Oh, yes, Mariah. Say this morning was the first time I fully believed my career affirmations as I said them. Yes, that's it. That's it. It's already done. It's already done. The power of your awareness. The power of awareness. And that's what I've been reading. I've already read 3 chapters of that book, guys. I've already read 3 chapters of The Power of Awareness. Already read 3 chapters. Isn't that amazing? Very concise, right on point, reminding us of who we are and the power of I am. So remember, you came to this life for the experiences. What are you choosing to experience? Yes, yes, I do too. Let me read this last little poem he has in here. Oh, be strong then and brave, pure, patient, and true. The work that is yours, let no other hand do. For the strength for all need is faithfully given. from the fountain within you, the kingdom of heaven. That ends chapter 3, and chapter 4 is desire. Desire, the wellspring, the mainspring of life. We all desire. Even those who say they don't desire, they're desiring not to desire. So I'm affirming myself for the next 30 days with going all in on my desires and no more wavering. Yes, right now, the present moment. That's all you have. And for those of you who don't have it, you can also find it on YouTube and listen that way. Yes. So many options. You also have a free PDF version. I believe you could just Google PDF version of the Power of Awareness and you can get it that way. I believe the Law of Attraction Haven also offers it for free. They have a lot of Neville Goddard's lectures and books for free on there. If you are interested in reading more on his teachings and discovering more of the truths that he shares with us. So when is my next live? It will be tomorrow. It will be Manifesting Mondays with Kevin. I usually go on around 3 or 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, I'm just going to read this final chapter. Well, not this final. This is going to be the final chapter I will read today, which is Desire. And it's very short. It's only 1 page. Maybe I should read to chapter 5 because chapter 5 is only 2 pages. Very, very short book. Hey, Crystalline Jenny. Say, just found you yesterday and you are amazing. Love how you, oh, thank you. Welcome. Yes, Audible has it too if you desire it that way. Yes, yep. And I think I've read this book on my YouTube page too. I think I read The Power of Awareness. I got to see. I know I read a couple of books on Neville Goddard on my YouTube. And you can go to the playlist on my YouTube channel of Neville Goddard. I do believe I did read this book. I do believe I do have this book. So you can listen to, if you like my reading voice, if you like the way I read, you can go listen to some of Neville Goddard's books on my YouTube channel. It's in the playlist I created titled Neville Goddard. So, yes, I offer that too on my YouTube channel, Prosperous Living with Toyia. There is no time, there is only now. Yes. Oh, okay, user 433. Yes, it is. Yep, it's linked in the bio. Yep, Beaming Goddess. Yes. And so chapter 4 is desire. The changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened to be the result, not of a change of your consciousness, but of chance, outer cause, or coincidence. However, the only fate governing your life is the fate determined by your own concepts, your own assumptions. For an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. The ideal you seek and hope to attain will not manifest itself, will not be realized by you until you have imagined that you are already that ideal. There is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments the crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. You must prove me now herewith and see. if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you do not have room enough to receive. You got to prove it. You got to test it. You got to try it. You got to prove it to yourself. So there's 80-year-olds graduating from college as well as 14-year-olds. Never too old for anything you want. Yes, yes. Hey, Mia. Hey, Mia. Taste and see. Yes. Hello, Michael Lawson. Welcome. Hi. Oh, yes. Thank you, guys. Tap the live. Tap the live. Tap the live. Thank you. Thank you. Everything depends on your attitude towards yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you. For that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goal. All transformation is based upon suggestion, and this can work only where you lay yourself completely open to an influence. You must abandon yourself to your ideal as a woman abandons herself to love. For complete abandonment of self to it is the way to union with your ideal. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it. And this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. It must be natural to you. How do you gain that naturalness? Through repetition, through rehearsal, through practice. And when is the most effective way to practice it? Right before bed, in the drowsy state akin to sleep, when you first wake up in the morning. Science calls it hypnosis, or psychology or therapy calls it hypnosis. They also called it the state akin to sleep because I discovered through reading Joseph Murphy that it was a psychological school in France. It was a French psychology school that discovered the state akin to sleep back in 1910. And the Bible calls it meditation. Consistency, yes. The man who is not prepared for the conscious plunge into the assumption of the wish fulfilled and the faith that is the only way to the realization of his dream is not yet ready to live consciously by the law of assumption. Although there is no doubt that he does live by the law of assumption unconsciously. So you're already assuming stuff. You might as well consciously assume it. You're already assuming the bad, the fear, the doubt. So you might as well assume faith, joy, love, peace, success, prosperity, health, wealth, and all those good things. You're already assuming it's opposite. So now you want to be a conscious creator. Now you want to be a deliberate manifester. Now you want to be intentional about what you desire, about what you want to experience. You're doing it anyway. You're already assuming. Regardless of what anyone says, we are all assuming. We all assume a thing to be true based on what? Our previous experience of it, right? All of our assumptions are based on what we've previously experienced. Well, it keeps happening. It's been happening. So why should it change? But do you know why it keeps happening? Do you know why it's been happening? because you've been thinking the way you've been thinking. And you know how it would change? Change the way you're thinking. I know, too simple. We want to complicate it. It really is that simple, though. If you will not imagine yourself as other than what you are, then you remain as you are. Let's say that again. If you will not imagine yourself as other than what you are, then you, nobody else, only you, talking to me. Point the finger here. If you will not imagine yourself as other than what you are, then you will remain as you are. For if you believe not that I am he, you shall die in your sins. That's the scripture I had up yesterday, right? I am that I am. John 8:24. Unless you believe that you are already that which you desire to be, you will never experience your desires in life. You will always miss your aims and goals in life because you don't believe you can have it. You don't believe it's already yours. You don't accept its reality. So guess what? It'll never be real for you. It'll be real for the man down the street, the woman on Instagram, the creator on TikTok, right? The Facebookers, right? For the famous people. It'll always be somebody else's dream. And you'll never realize your own. Yep, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So I'm always saying it costs you nothing to assume the good, but it can cost you everything not to. Boom. Say that again, customize your life. You say I'm cocking tea with this one, huh? Okay, and this will be the final chapter for today because that was a short one. So I'm going to read chapter 5. Chapter 5, stay alive. Chapter 5, right on time because this is a short one as well. And then around that time, I'll be ending the live, and I'll go watch the rest of the football game. I know I've missed it'll probably be in the middle of the second quarter, whatever good football game I want to watch today. But y'all know it's football Sunday, but since the Bears played on Thursday, that's why I'm still on here after 12 o'clock, right? You know, normally I would be gone at 12. Whenever the Bears is playing, I don't be on here. But since they not playing today, they played Thursday, but I'm still going to watch my football. Say, yeah, yes. Okay, so chapter 5. The truth that sets you free. Y'all ready for the truth? Are y'all ready to be set free? Are you ready to be set free? To be free indeed. Hey, Valo the Great. Welcome. What's up? I know, right, Amanda? Freedom. That's what y'all want to be free. Only you can free yourself from mental slavery. Only you can. Because slavery only exists in the mind. The drama of life is a psychological one in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. Your assumptions. No one else's. your assumptions. Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or their master. Slave or master, you got to ask yourself that. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumptions in this way. From a mental image, a picture of the state desired of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. First, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality, right? This is the going within. This is the meditative state, right? Right? And you can visualize either through mental imagery, through just seeing pictures in your mind, or through words, right? Because words are pictures, right? Words are pictures. Because pictures are worth 1,000 words. So words are pictures, right? So I know some people say, well, I have a hard time imagining. Just speak the word. The power within you, the I am, is intelligent. It knows what you mean when you say car, even if you can't imagine the car. It knows exactly what that looks like. If you say, I'm desiring a mansion, the intellect, the intelligence within you knows exactly what that looks like. It knows exactly what Hawaii looks like, even if you can't imagine yourself with the palm trees and your toes in the sand. If you can't see that imagery in your mind, the intelligence within you knows exactly what Hawaii looks like. It knows exactly what Thailand, Egypt, it knows exactly what those places look like, right? So if you're saying, well, I want to go to Jamaica, I want to go to the Virgin Islands, wherever you want to go, and you can't mentally, you can imagine it, you can't picture it in your mind, just say it. So, oh, I'm so thankful for getting this free trip, all expenses paid. I had the time of my life. Oh, it's so beautiful. So picturesque. That's why some people create vision boards, right? Because they're not mental, they don't see it in their mind, so they want to see it, they want to observe it on the outside, right? Some people journal it. They don't want to just mentally see it within, they want to physically write it out. You have to discover what works for you, what resonates with you, because there's no wrong or right. Because everything is always done according to your assumptions about it anyway. If you believe it'll work for you, then guess what? It works for you. It works for you. Yes, and Neville has techniques if you desire to increase your imagination. Yes, but you are the technique. You are the technique. But if you need a tool, because that's all the techniques are, they're tools, but always remember, it all comes down to your belief, your assumption. That's what it all comes down to. Feel the feeling of being happy and go on a mental journey of happiness throughout the day. My fave. Yes, Beaming Goddess. And using the I remember when technique is good for that too. Yes. Yes. There are 1,001 techniques, but remember, it all boils down to what? What you assume. It all comes down to what do you assume? It's your assumptions about life that you'll see, always. Right. Right, customize your life. Yes, most certainly. Say the great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It cannot be emphasized too much that by creating an ideal within your mental sphere, by assuming that you are already that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image, thinking from the end instead of thinking of the end. Every state is already there as mere possibilities, as long as we think of them, but as overpoweringly real when we think from them. It's only a mere possibility when you think of, but it's certain. It's certain when you think from. When you see yourself as already being it, it is solidified. It is a must. It is a done deal. Nothing can keep it from coming into making an appearance, into manifesting, into coming into visibility. When you think from, when you see yourself already as the person that has the thing. Yes, makes known the end from the beginning. So there's an episode of Beyond Belief Factor Fiction where a woman was going to her dream house. Oh, okay. She was visiting her dream home in her dreams night after night. So much so she calls the owner. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. She calls the owner to do what? Give it to a girl. She calls the owner to do what? Customize your life. I've never watched the show. To put the house on the market. Wow. You wouldn't desire it unless in some reality you already have it. That's it. Bam. That's it right there. Right? What you're desiring is desiring you. And when the owner saw her, she said, "You are the person who has been hunting my home." Oh my. All right. Say, in one another's being, we mingle, right? We mingle in one another's being, right? She was mingling in her being. They had come together as one. In one another's being, we mingle. All right. Say, this was called by the ancient teachers subjection to the will of God, or resting in the Lord. And the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are inevitably transformed into the image of that in which they rest, thinking from the wish fulfilled. You become according to your resigned will. And your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. Not assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. When God dreams is powerful, wake up to the dream. Yes. Owner saw the lady spirit making breakfast. Are you silly? Oh, I dreamed of a haunted house last night, but it wasn't that. Okay. Say, oh, okay. Where would I find the show Customize Your Life? Yes, be still and know I am. I am that I am. Unless you believe that I am He, You shall die in your sins. Unless you believe you are that which you desire to be, you will miss your mark and you won't experience it. You don't want to miss your mark? So you see yourself as already having it. See yourself with it. Give thanks for it. Appreciate it. Value yourself more. See yourself as worthy. Okay. It says, when you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. Every phase of your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Determined imagination alone is the means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and end of all creating. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. What greater gifts could be given you than to be told the truth that will set you free? John 8:32. The truth that sets you free. Y'all ready? The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. And by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become an actuality. So what you imagine within becomes an experience without. What you imagine within becomes your experience without. So imagine better than the best you know. Make it big. Make it big. Make it big. Don't limit yourself. No limitations. Because imagining does the impossible. Imagining makes the impossible possible. Imagining makes the impossible possible. Because you can do anything in your imagination. And to the extent that you believe in its reality, it must become your actuality. Said you got so many apps customize your life. I could probably just Google it. So see what streaming service offers it. So you have to realize the power that animates and operates this mind and body is formless and faceless. Yes. The truth you know will set you free. Yes. So which chapter? Hey, Markel J. This is chapter 5 that I'm reading. The truth that sets you free. Chapter 5. Yeah, so many self-fulfilling prophecies. You're welcome. You're welcome. The world is at your command. Yep, imagine, image in. Yes. What if you realize your previous subconscious programming caused significant delays to certain desires and you struggle with breaking through those limiting beliefs? Okay, so just change your perspective, Mariah. No longer say that they caused any delays, right? Because you only have now. The past doesn't exist. The future never comes. You only have now. So it's all about now. What do you want now? But no focusing on past events. No giving any energy to what happened yesterday because it does not exist. The future never comes. You're only operating in the now. So it's just all about focusing on what do I want now? Where do I want to put my focus? Because the subconscious beliefs will be changed when you decide to change, right? When you decide to speak, to think, have thoughts from new ideas, your beliefs change. It's just all about practice, rehearsing the new thought. You're welcome. Yes, Sean A. Yep, yes it is. The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. That's the name right there. I hope you can see it. I don't know if my screen, because I'm on my iPad, so my screen is pretty big, but it's Neville Goddard. Yep, what's after now? More now from a different perspective. Yes. Yes, yep. Yes, you say you're going to buy it now? Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is probably my 4th or 5th time reading this. Say, you are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer or piety or invocation will produce the desired effect. When you can call up at will whatsoever image you please, when the forms of your imagination are vivid to you as the forms of nature, you are master of your fate. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in life must be an investment. And I know this was added in. This is from another book, another lecture that he did when his wife said that she was given that we must stop spending our thoughts, our time, and our money. We need to learn to invest our thoughts, our time, and our money, because investments mean a return, ROI, where spend means waste. So you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your thoughts. You don't waste your money, right? But we know time is we're talking about the eternal now. Whenever we say time, we're not talking about from a linear perspective. We're always talking about the eternal now, the present moment. So you want to always invest the present moment because you always want a return on your investment, and you want it to be worthy of a good report, right? You want it to be of significance to you, right? You don't want to waste it. And waste it is through what? How do you waste your time, your money, your thoughts? You waste it by operating in fear, operating in doubt, operating in limiting beliefs, disbelief, and unbelief. That's a waste. To fret, to worry, to fear, that's a waste. It doesn't produce anything worthy of good report. Investment is love, faith, trust, knowing, freedom, prosperity, success, health, wealth. That's how you invest your thoughts. Yes. Oh, thank you, Valo. Thank you. X Universe to show you how it gets better, and your reticular activating system will show you. Yes. Yep. Don't spend, rather circulate and receive back. Yes. And so this is the poem he puts here. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the 4th dimension of space. And on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. Dr. George W. Carey. That which man calls God is your imagination. The I am. The creative power in man is the mind, the imagination, the I am within consciousness. Your thoughts literally are things. Literally. So I will be picking this back up on Wednesday because tomorrow we have Manifesting Monday with Kevin, and then Tuesday we have Bible study with Pastor Jesse. So I will be picking this back up, chapter 6, on Wednesday. "12 Disciples of the Mind" is the great read by Neville. Oh, he had 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines of mind. Oh, I didn't know he had a book. Oh, I got to get that because I did see him break that down in Your Faith is Your Fortune. But I didn't know he had a book called The 12 Disciplines of the Mind. I got to find that. You said that's by Neville? I'll read all things Neville, Valo. Thank you so much. Thank you. So what about people in your life who are not on the same path? How do you handle that? With love, with understanding, with compassion. I understand not everyone is ready to hear it, and that's okay. You love them anyway. You just be the light, you be the example. You don't try to convince them of anything. Convincing never persuaded anything. All it does is create what? Opposing views, that which we call arguments, right? Best gospel to fill my ears with while I'm on my road trip. Yes, Markel J. Yes. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can imagine anything. Yes. And that's he got a whole curriculum going. I know, right, Mariah? I know, right? How this platform has morphed. Other people around you, your thoughts. The people around you are what you conceive them to be. Yes, it's your conception of them that you're experiencing. Thank you, user 433. Thank you. Yep. I love The Power of Imagination by him. It's also a collection of his books. Yes, yes. Neville has so many great works. Yes. Hello, I'm trying to keep my head up as some days I feel sad about my life. I really need friends and physical love. And my Red Mama Yeti, good morning, good afternoon. You know, the way to change that is that you have to imagine that this is already your reality. This is already, and this book is a great book to read to help you to focus your thoughts, your energy, to help you increase your faith, to manifest the reality you desire to have. Because it's already yours, and those things you're desiring already belong to you. You just have to convince yourself of its reality. It's already there. You just have to convince yourself of it. So you imagine what that looks like. Because in order to have friends, you have to find yourself friendly, right? In order to have friends, you must be friendly. You must be engaging. You must be the friend that you desire to have, right? So you may have some people in your world, in your reality that you are very close to, and maybe, you know, life got in the way of that. See yourself in your mind experiencing that reality, experiencing that friendship, experiencing what the physical love, the physical touch, what all that feels like, and imagining that these things are taking place now, right now. This is what you're doing in your meditation. You know, anytime during the day, you can meditate. You can create that state akin to sleep. All right. And it should be something that you're doing as you go to bed at night and when you wake up in the morning. This is what you're giving your energy. This is what you're giving your focus to. And you're being thankful, full of gratitude, appreciation for the desire, because it already belongs to you. Yes, yes. I did do a 12 Disciplines of Mind Bible study a couple of months ago, Vallow, based on the 12 disciplines of mind found in Neville Goddard's book, Your Faith is Your Fortune. Yes. Well, guys, I'm getting ready to hit the road, Jack. But I will be back tomorrow. Yes, this is the session today. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed The Power of Awareness, because I did. I love this book. I love it. One of my favorite books. Well, I love all Neville Goddard's books, though. I really do. I really enjoy his teaching. I really do. It really resonates with me. It really helps me remind me of the I am, and to refocus and, recognize I can have whatever I desire, and there is no limitation to that. I hope you all found it beneficial and helpful as well. But this is a great live. I really enjoyed all the success stories, beautiful success stories, the revelations, the experiences that people are having in getting to trust themselves, know themselves, and not keeping their desires far off, but knowing that they are within them, that they're already there, and just being able to receive them. Yes. And say thank you so much. I'm on my way to YouTube to listen. All right. Yes. Thank you, Yima. Yes. See you guys later. Yes. Bye, everyone. Thank you. And beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy.